You know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't reset the intro.
Oh, well spotted in that case. It's going to go live
So
without the intro. Or
so
are we actually live?
we're actually live now, but
Oh,
let's
brilliant.
pretend we're not. Let's run the intro. Hello again. For anybody who saw the slight mistake at the start of the stream, hello again. I forgot to set the intro when I unset it the other day. Anyway, hello, good afternoon. My name is Saver Crypto on the channel called Saver Crypto. I'm here with my friend Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Good, thanks. Yeah, I'm actually baking. I'm kind of melting at the moment. So I think somebody in the house left the heating on this morning, and so and now I'm in this little cupboard room upstairs with the door closed, and it's like, oh, God. Anyway, no one cares about that, do they? That's just got nothing to do with anything.
Not
But
really, not really. Actually, yeah. I tell you what, I think it's funny, So we do all these things that we sort of to make a home more efficient, sort of like insulation and using low energy light bulbs and all that sort of thing, But why do the bills always go up?
Yeah, it's so true, isn't it?
It never
Like
gets
energy saving light bulbs, like say just solar panels on the. Well, we haven't got any solar panels or anything like that, but people put those up. Well, I guess they do make a difference. I know this is going to go more stuff that no one gives a toss about, but my brother has solar panels, and allegedly he's able to sell power back to the grid, and does so apparently. So certainly used to. I don't know if that's still allowed these days. But so that's made a difference. But yeah, I think things that reduce energy. Yeah, is it really the case? Do they energy saving light bulbs take a long time to power up? They take more power, I think, to switch on.
Right.
It's kind of the thing. So it's only once they got going you have to kind of leave them on, but then they don't really like to do that, So yeah, I'm done. that's my
yeah. The actual spectrum.
my rant. Yeah.
Actual spectrum of light you get from them isn't particularly good for you either, because apparently what you need is like a wide sort of spectrum of frequencies of light.
Yeah,
to to make your body work properly, sort of thing.
You need infrared, don't you? Is the thing.
Yeah. And the problem you get with the low energy light bulbs, you get like one specific frequency, like one spike. So you're actually missing out on a load of stuff, really, and which is crazy because now the old incandescent sort of is that the right word?
Yeah. Incandescent bulb.
The old incandescent light bulbs are actually now illegal. Which is like, I mean, you should have the option to do anyway. But yes, I digress. Anyway, just before we get on to the meat and potatoes, I was just going to say, thank you for the people who did sort of share this last video I did over the weekend, because I don't know if you ever look at your ranking by views in your analytics on your Mafftopia. I'm sure you'll mention in a moment.
I might,
but these are always good when you get a 1 of 10. That sounds like it's just rubbish. It sounds like 10 would be much better, but 1 is actually what you're looking for. That basically means that the video got engagement and all that sort of stuff.
It's in the first however much time, isn't it? Is it the first 30 minutes or something?
I think it judges it on a few different things, but it's a lot of it's to do with this kind of this blue line here being above that kind of grey.
Is that cumulative? That line, because it never drops. I notice. I don't think it does.
Because that's that's the period of time, isn't it? So that's when.
So it's cumulative views over time, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Maybe they've done that intentionally. They don't really want people to catch on that they kind of just drop older videos like a stone once they're more than like a day old or whatever. They just stop pushing them anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, still not brilliant, but not bad. 1 person unsubscribed. What miserable bastard,
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like, don't like that.
No.
It's probably someone who was a bag holder with ZoiPay or something. Anyway, but anyway, so I was just going to say thank you for that. It really is important that you kind of give videos a bit of a like and all that sort of thing. I'll tell you what's really good as well is if when you're looking at a video, and I do this without it playing. No, I can't. What's really good as well is that the save thing. Even if you just put it in your watch later or something like that, I think even that, I'm not sure about that because that's a private thing. But I don't know. Just create a little playlist called like SWC amazing videos or something like that, and just give it a little save, and that really helps as well. That's actually even better than a like. And sharing's really good actually as well, but anyway, just I mean, if you're here, just please help out, because I was watching some YouTube channel the other day about some girl who just got monetized, and she made $132 in a month. And I was thinking, well, that's bloody good, because literally what I make here. Do I show you my bank details here? I don't think I do.
No, don't. we get the idea anyway. Yeah.
But what you make here, like the past 28 days, £8.83. It's not what you can retire on. So
okay. So if Free Chippy Friday ended, you could at least use that, couldn't you? You could have a. So is that about £8 a month? Is that what you're saying?
In 28 days,
yeah. So you'd get virtually a free chippy meal per month, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. The thing is, the StreamYard software cost me like $44 a month, so it's
oh wow, okay. Yeah,
it'd be great if it covered that.
Yeah,
that would be really nice. Anyway, but it doesn't. Anyway, so anything you can do to help out peeps. Anyway, I was just going to talk about the CME close, because that's what I always do on a Monday, and I had nothing to say last week because there was no gap. There is a little one. So On Friday, we closed at whatever it was. I can't remember. No, it was here, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, closed there, and then when it opened on Sunday, we did actually sort of like nudge up a little bit, and then it came down massively. But there is this gap here, which is up at like 67,760 to 67, well, pretty much 68 really. So there's that. I've been looking at. Well, I'll just show you what I'm looking at anyway. But actually, don't really want to 3 there. Let's just make that a bit more. A bit less busy. This is using our indicator called Quadzilla, obviously, which without it looks like that. But I'll just show you this for the moment because that's got the 200 period moving average. It's probably worth noting that the 200 weekly is the one they always talk about, isn't it?
For the lower, yeah.
Yeah. Which still hasn't made it there, has it?
No. I mean, I suppose it's got plenty of time, isn't it? I mean, I'll probably chat about that a little bit, in a minute as well. But it's definitely something that I think it's kind of seen as not like the metronome-like bottom of the bear market or anything like that, but certainly like when the price gets down to that level. You'd expect it to drop below, I think, before really bottoming out and starting to head back up. But yeah, it's in among that pile of kind of indications, isn't it, of what phase of the market we're in and so on.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, totally. Anyway, just looking here on the 1 hour sort of thing. Just bearing in mind what I said about the CME gap. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's all looking pretty bad. This is all tariff driven, isn't it, really, I suppose? Tariff war, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of things, but that probably is a big part of it, I'm sure. It's just it was overnight, wasn't it?
It was.
Like
it was.
Boom down.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly nice thing to wake up to, I must admit.
No. And it's recovering.
It is, yeah. But I mean, what did I say the thingy was at? The CME? It was up here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there's obviously this retracement level here and that retracement level there, so I'm interested to see what you say, but I'm thinking something like that, or at very, very best something like that. But that's my TA. So should we do some proper TA?
Should do the comments first and then?
Oh yeah,
and then jump in.
So I forgot the bloody format, didn't I?
God. So let's quickly go through them. Anyway, so there's this handsome fellow there saying afternoon back, and I just brought up. Sorry, actually, my work messages are pinging away. It's not. I don't think it's urgent. It's just really annoying. It's just distracting. Hello, I think partial hello from Scotty, and then to make up for it, we got 3 hellos. Hello. What's all this then? Indeed.
Didn't know he was a policeman.
A bit worried now about some of the things I was saying. Yeah, good start that. Oh yeah, the God, this person heckles a lot actually. Just should ban him. But,
shall I put him on timeout?
I think so. Yeah, it's a good idea. Nick K, hello. KB6DD, hello. And Kaz, hello also. Hi all. My trigger shorts I had were. So I read that as trigger horse. You have a trigger horse. My trigger shorts I had were missed by a tiddly amount, then whooshed down. Yeah, that is really annoying when that happens. I know exactly the feeling of that. Something to be said there for kind of just phased like ladder entries or whatever, that kind of thing. Within a certain probably fairly tight range, I would think. But yeah, I mean, I tend to open at just like a single entry level, whether it's a trigger level for the confirmation, or or whatever. And then I often think, damn, I should have done that in a bit more of a structured, planned sort of way, and had like laddered entries and things. But I rarely do that. I think this is in reference to before, Scotty was saying, like, solar panels only work in direct sunlight, and even the latest panels are less than 30% efficient. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that goes into solar panels. I mean, glass, I suppose. They've got plenty of sand in the planet, but rare earth minerals, I guess, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, not wanting to start any sort of religious type war in the comments or anything like that, but maybe we should just get some discussions going. But I don't know how just eco-friendly that solar panels really are. I mean, like, personal ones, not so much that you carry around on a hat, but like just ones you put on your roof or in your garden or that sort of thing. So I'm really not sure about that. Like, you buy them, and then you end up waiting for 20 years or whatever for them to start to pay for themselves. So yeah, not sure.
I actually like the idea of the ones that just
the thermals.
Ones that just do water. So you got water running through the panel, the sun shines on it, and then that heats up your water. So you've got hot water. So there's no electricity involved, just water. And also there's one thing I was going to build years ago. I'll see if I can find a picture of it, but I never got around to doing it. But you basically build this kind of solar panel out of beer cans, and
that's how it should be.
Yeah. And then I'll see if I can find a picture while we're doing something else. But basically, what you do, you have like a panel full of like beer cans where you basically make a hole in the bottom of each one. So you've got like long sort of columns of like aluminium, paint them black. Then you cover that with like perspex or something like that. So then the sun shines on it. And you have like a little motor, a little fan or something that basically blows.
Is it where it starts to spin and?
Well, it basically just blows air through the whole thing, and then what you can do, you can use that hot air for whatever you want. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why would you want to heat something when the sun's out? I wanted to do this in my garden shed when I lived in France, right? Because in January it would be like about -5 outside, but the sun would be quite bright. So I actually thought what I could do is have that in the garden, so the sun would be shining on it, and then I could pump the hot air into my shed, which is where I used to work, And I just never got around to it, actually. But I thought that would have been a brilliant idea, and you could make it like for nothing, have to drink a bit of beer to do it, but that's never a problem, really.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, pretty worth a try. I said worth a try in the most unconvincing sort of way.
Yeah. You'll just never ever. No, there was not. It's not that point in the UK though, because any time it'd work would be when the sun's out and it'd be hot indoors. Anyway, probably. Yeah. But in the Alps, you see, that'd work because the direct sunlight is actually quite strong, even though the temperature might only be about -5 or something.
Yeah. Florin, good afternoon. How are you doing? Frozen. Oh, was that the camera? It's not frozen now, by the way. But I think the camera was frozen earlier on.
No, I think it's me. Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah. You're fine now.
I'm just staying very, very still.
Maybe
back from time to time.
Yeah, remind us that you're still.
I'm a bit unshaven today, so I don't really want people to stare at me and analyse my face.
If you've moved really quickly,
they'll never see.
Scotty with an actual relevant thing that we should probably focus on. Fed to inject a big chunk of money into the economy. Are they? Wow. Okay. Oh, crikey! I didn't even realise. Was that a thing that was already kind of planned? Because, in other words, they're printing. Because if they are, why the hell isn't the price just pumping insanely. Well, I guess maybe it's just that was already priced in, but everyone was feeling sad. So, but this could well start to have a positive effect. Then we hope, because if it's directly going into the economy and not just like straight into a bank vault, effectively, out of play. So yeah, that'd be rather good. Some people get free money ish. They kind of want to spend it, even though it's devaluing that very same money in the process. But, Aussie, g'day lads. Bitcoin CME gap at 80k. Yeah, it was 80, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there's one higher than what I just said as well. Yeah, much higher.
Well, you never know.
Don't think it's going there though at the moment. That's for sure.
Not straight away, I suspect.
Thing I don't get is that, I mean, what was the story over the weekend? It was like some sort of drug cartel guy in Mexico got killed or something like that. And that's bad news. Is it bad news? I mean, was that because the price of methamphetamine goes up or something?
I think it oh no, yeah, it kicked off a bunch of stuff, didn't it? Isn't it like a full-on revolution happening there now in Mexico? I mean, something like that.
Is that the main industry there? I mean, I
guess, yeah.
If so, it's not the best.
They probably were quite a big employer, to be fair. Yeah.
I mean, I know. HSBC would be nothing without the drug cartels, but like, the
little thing that they like, and any new joiners are kind of required to sit through a little like a automated PowerPoint thing with a test at the end about money laundering and so on, and spotting signs of it, and you must report it to someone within HSBC. So I remember that. I remember thinking like it's a bit hypocritical, isn't it?
I've said it before, but my brother-in-law worked for HSBC for his entire life actually, and they did actually send him out to Mexico to do some like very, very big deals, and I can only think the reason they did that was because they were saying like, yeah, we've got to move millions of pounds of like dirty money, how can we do that? Who can we send over? And it'd be like, I know, David from Canary Wharf Tower, he hasn't a bloody clue what's going on, so because he's like, so he knows nothing about that kind of part of like industry, the world or anything like that. He only understands things that are like normal businesses, and I think he actually went there to do a bit of money laundering and didn't actually realize what he was doing. Because even when I got him to talk about it, he says, well, I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but we basically bought a copper mine here and then we sold it to these other people, and then I bought like a diamond mine. It was like, how much money we're talking? He was saying it was like in the 90s, and they were talking about it. The sums of money were like, it was like tens of millions. It's a lot of money, I think. And I'm sure he was just laundering money for HSBC and actually didn't realise it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I digress.
So Scott is saying EU freezes US trade deal approval as Trump tariff threats. Yeah. It's a bit sort of business as usual in a way, that isn't it? But see how that pans out. It'll pan out in the usual sort of way, I guess. Whatever that is. Yeah, I agree with some of that. I actually think that reality is even weirder than that suggesting. Could probably have a chat about it sometimes. They're not
what the Earth being flat
and sun fake and so on. So yeah, I just think that because there are compelling arguments for that, but there are also very compelling arguments, you could call it proof in either case or whatever, or evidence, I guess, for a global Earth, and like run lines and things like that, and just and so on. Not without kind of getting into it right now, but yeah. So therefore, you got contradictions in evidence. That's why I think things are much weirder than we may even kind of realise.
But if you get in a plane in Los Angeles and you fly west,
Yeah,
you end up in like, you know, Japan, Russia, them sort of places.
yeah.
So how can it be flat?
That's one of the compelling evidence things
Right.
that I see in favour of global. And I think that the answer to that tends to be, well, this is a Pac-Man world. It's go off one end and just magically reappear on the other side.
I see.
Antarctica is a seawall and so on. But yeah, so sometimes the response to sort of the what, because these arguments always turn into like, but what about? It's very much it's a but what about debate generally. And in either case, it's but what about this? But what about that? On both sides, yeah. As I say, that there's things. Anyway, I won't get into it right now because I just did as usual. But yeah, keep those coming though, Scotty, because it's always good for a chat about good for a chat about those things. Is that fun? I think we've probably done most of the chat, haven't we? So apologies to anyone we missed, but we'll try and come back to the chat in a bit. Should we do the TA?
Yeah. I just before you do though, something you might want to look at. I just noticed on the 1 minute here that little dump we had just came down to one of your 50%
retracement channel
things.
line things.
Yeah, so that was quite interesting.
Wow, okay. Awesome.
Anyway, right,
show.
okay, so it's probably time for some slightly more serious serious news. No, serious stuff. So there you go.
Oh, hang on. I'm there. 1 second. Camera back on. Yeah. So that was slick, wasn't it? So today it's on Euro. I thought I temporarily switched to VPN. Oh, let's refresh. Let's get in Poundsies. Yeah. Okay. So that cheeky lizard that you just saw gyrating on the screen for your excitement is, of course, Quadzilla. And it's just the best goddamn price TA indicator on the, I was going to say on the globe, on the planet. And yeah, so go get it. It'll level up your trading. Absolutely genuinely. So we'll go over a bunch of what's in Quadzilla in a sec, and you can get it for the rather nice sum of £80 a month. And honestly, it'll pay for itself very, very quickly. Then after that, you're basically printing money, just like the Fed today, apparently. And on the yearly, 60 quid a month. It works out as, which is insanely cheap. And you also get VIP access to the Save with Crypto Discord, which you kind of get it anyway, but have access to this Discord. But by VIP access, we're talking about, we'll be very pleased to see you. We'll welcome you in, and be very complimentary about how you look each day and that sort of thing. Yeah, and of course it has retracement patterns. The quad momentum oscillator. The retracement patterns are just shockingly consistently accurate. You get and so you have built-in stats because we're very confident about the indicator's performance. So 90% plus success rate on the vast majority of trading pairs and timeframes and so on. So do go check that out. saveofcrypto.org/QZ. And there's a where is it? It's big old tutorial about it. It's got everything plus a bunch of smaller tutorials. Oh, actually, someone posted a comment. So apologies to that person that I haven't clapped up your reply and replied to it just yet, but I will. Just didn't quite get to it. But I wanted to mention it quickly because what you said was actually very true.
What did it say?
Double D. That was a nice one. I hope I clapped that. Yeah. Ryan Jackson. I don't know if you're a person going by a different name, either here or in the Discord or whatever. But this is very true. Quadzilla is powerful, but beginners risk overload. I mean, with this kind of tutorial, because that's like everything that's in it. See the size of the scroll bar. So focus on combining EMA trends with momentum signals, testing on small trades before scaling up. Absolutely. So you can start to find yourself just getting good trade entries by starting to do that first, and then kind of start to bring in more and more parts of it. So what you also find is that the different parts of Quadzilla, i.e. what's up here on the price chart itself and what's down here on the stochastic momentum oscillator, quad stochastic momentum oscillator, they complement each other very nicely in a sort of sometimes in a sort of they're telling slightly different things. They might be telling an opposing thing. You get a divergence, and that's kind of the point. You get that, and then you can actually use that as a pretty rock solid sign of a impending market reversal, essentially. And yeah, so that that's Quadzilla. Let's come back to some other things from there, probably. Yeah. Meantime, so Bitcoin. Oh, actually, sorry. One other thing just before we get onto this, but it's kind of interesting. So, news stuff that we got this week, and economic data releases and things like that. I mean, there's not actually all that much going on this week, except for what Scotty mentioned about the Fed getting kind of printer happy this week, it seems, and 25th. What's that? Wednesday, isn't it? I think the State of the Union speech from El Presidente, that could produce some degree of market volatility. Could really see that actually. There's also so PPI on Friday as well, which I'll come to in a sec. There's also Nvidia earnings on Wednesday, so yeah. That's actually another one to watch for. Apparently this is his first formal State of the Union address of his second term in office, so there's bound to be some stuff about the tariffs, about trade policy generally as well. I'm sure he'll have something to say about the Supreme Court's ruling, which obviously struck down the broader tariffs via the emergency powers and so on. He then, of course, put in the temporary global tariffs between 10 and 15%, and which is great. We saw a bit of that happening. there. So thanks for that. What else? So yeah, there's that to watch out for on Wednesday anyway, and then on Friday, as I was saying, the PPI. So the month-on-month PPI. Made a note. We kind of So being forecast for 0.3. Previously as 0.5. We kind of want this to come in lower than expected, because that would sort of that would sort of signal that inflation is easing, which boosts the chance basically of the Federal Reserve reducing the interest rate, which would be nice. We might finally see a bit of a relief rally at that stage. So there are positive signs. Obviously, overall at the moment we're kind of looking at just that. It's quite prices going quite convincingly downwards at the moment, and likely to continue doing that for a little while, I'd say. Well, at least I mean it's going to zigzag. We're going to get some of this. But that so here on the weekly, that was such a bit of a continuation pattern anyway, wasn't it? Just price down, kind of flagging upwards a bit, down again. Might see that again, and down. If that happened, actually looking at it now. Oh, sorry about the funny zigzags. I got the wrong Quadzilla on that. Let's bring in the right Quadzilla. I may have just added 2 by mistake there. We'll see what comes up. But yeah, so if we were to measure, just waiting for that to come up. Where is it? It's taking long. Oh, there you go. Yeah, brought 2 in. Lovely. So, and having brought 7, I'm just going to switch off just for a moment. That drop, not including the wick all the way down, was about 30%. And then from there, broad brushstrokes really, but just about a 8.5% recovery. So it did the same. Did I say 30%? I think so, isn't it? Cool. Was it 30? Yeah, we could call it 30. So this is just going from the open and close, not the candle high to low or anything like that. So from there, another 30% brings it down to kind of where it is now. So if that follows the same thing, actually, if I start to draw, it's going to bring back all the scribbles, but I'll just it could kind of do a similar thing. That was 8% up, wasn't it? Just again, just like going by the open and close, or 7%, rather than the wicks or anything like that. So say 7% from there. This is purely just if history were to obligingly repeat itself just here. 7% there. Well, I guess that's kind of similar, isn't it? But it's obviously less. A 7% of that price up to that price is less than 7% of that price up to that price, of course. So it's going to be less of a price rise, but that potentially would take us back up to kind of 71. Is that what we're talking? No, sorry, not 71. Yeah, 71. Excuse me, sorry. So we could see a bit of a sideways action type pump up to 70, 71 before, I don't know, that might happen again, another drop. So it's from there another 30%. Bring us down to 49, 50k. Maybe touch that wick down slightly into the upper 40s. So that's a distinct possibility, especially because actually what's significant about 50k? It's kind of that, 54 really. Yeah, in fact, that would probably make a bit more sense. Just going to find a different chart, just see, without scribbles on it. Has that got scribbles? Don't think so. Good. Okay. So, yeah, I should draw some of that in, I guess. But with the kind of broad brush strokes, literally. So that was 30%. That was up 7%. That's been 30%. Whoops. Flip's sake. should try that again. Excuse my language. That down 30%, up 7%, release pen. It's like a save point. Down 30%, up 7% was oh, that's too far. It was up to about there, wasn't it? 71, say. Down another 30% would have been down to about 50. Just carefully. Where's 50? 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 there. So, in which case, well, there's that. There is liquidity. So that's kind of a plausible thing at 52. So there's definitely that area just there, isn't there? I've just kind of drawn over it with that line, so you can't really see it properly now. But there. There you go. To emphasize it. And of course we get kind of like touch points there and support there. It's this usual thing where way back in the day, the halcyon days of like July 2024, that was down. Got a higher low just there, so just breaking above that support line, and then so it's that kind of the plane's just starting to kind of or the gannet or whatever is running down the runway and it's starting to lift off. It's left the ground, so you know it's just going to fly almost vertically into the air as gannets do, and so there's that. So that could well turn out to be a significant price bottom, or at least kind of sort of short-term low, or whatever. But and also how long it takes to get down to there is just a bit of an unknown. Whether it reaches there isn't it? It's all unknowns. It's the future that we're talking about here. But if we kind of so it's like basically if this followed the exact same pattern, the sort of 30%, 7%, 30%, 7%, 30%, which would have brought us down to about 50 anyway. But that would be about right. That would be positive if it didn't quite hit down that far. It might wick down. This bit from there to there. Oh, sorry, not that bit. Where am I looking at? Maybe that. What's that at? 62. I mean, there's certainly potential support just there. I seem to have done that line differently from that one for no apparent reason. But actually, yeah, that makes it look really messy, doesn't it? Still, it's is it H? I can't remember. No. What's a horizontal line in this?
Up a bit, there you go.
Yeah, it's Alt H. I pressed Alt H. Damn it. Alt H. There you go. It was testing me, obviously. So that then 68.3 is obviously it's already dropped below that. So from there, it might even kind of come up and just bounce off that, or that suddenly becomes resistance. But that, given that it was significant there, it's kind of significant there, and all the way through there, really. I think that kind of 67, 68-ish level there was, it really was. It was, I mean, apart from these little, times it tried to break above that, but just came back down. That pretty much was the top of the range. So we've, in the process of this, we've kind of almost accidentally marked out the bottom of the range, the top of the range, and now it's just back into that same range that it was in back there, kind of from near the start of 2024 until November 24. So looking at it in a just slightly creative timekeeping and so on, but like virtually all of 2024, Bitcoin was kind of stuck within that range. We didn't know then that we'd broken above the range. We didn't know that until after looking back. But yeah, as it turns out, that there was pretty much range. And so it might stay within there, or doing something similar to that again for another year. That would be something, wouldn't it? It just kind of does that for another year, or until October. When have I drawn past? Oh no, October there. Let's do another zigzag. Try to do that, and then up. It could be that, except I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll do that, because it won't be time yet. It'll be much more kind of, oh well, hey, great, we are so back. Then it might bounce along there or straddle that line, doing that sort of thing, until finally heading up in the next bull market. Assuming we get one, and assuming, well, we will. It's a 4-year cycle in it, but it's just if you view it as a phase of the cycle, it's not really a market in that sense, because that does suggest that everyone's in and they're buying. It's the bull phase, during which people have a social responsibility to buy Bitcoin blindly at that stage, and not sell it. That's what I think. So as long as within that sort of those market conditions that have been laid out before people by the technicals, that as in the mathematical built-in programmed technicals of Bitcoin, and the broader economy, I guess, the overall cyclical nature of it, then at that stage, as long as people do the thing that they normally do during the bull phase, then it'll actually be a bull market. So I think generally, yeah, we're seeing bear and bull phases every 4 years. It's just that so far people have kind of bought into it or sold into it. So while conditions are favourable, then buy in or sell out even, sell out. So all right, that's I hadn't really planned to do that, but I guess kind of a longer term outlook really. But I guess could well see that sort of pattern just happening. And 51k, maybe slightly below, it seems as reasonable a price bottom as any other for this cycle. Might drop lower, hope not. Shall we, if we go back to the other chart with these scribbles, and bring in Quadzilla, because Quadzilla is telling us some things here, isn't it? It's telling us that at least on the daily, we're kind of seeing what are we seeing? Oh wow, there's that down there as well. So that's 41k. Don't know. Hope we don't see that this time round, or any time round. But that's telling us that there was this price bottom that was predicted like way back as being at 62,500. The price totally just touched down on that and wicks down, came back up. During the course of these many different sort of live stream TA sessions, it kind of drawn in a few other bits and bobs. But if I temporarily hide the scribbles, and also within Quadzilla, just so it's on, I'll switch on the retracement channels. See if anything comes up. Don't know. Maybe bring that up to 750, and nothing much changed to be honest with that. But there you go. Now we've got a retracement channel there. So that retracement channel drawn in by Quadzilla, the 50% line of it it's kind of marking out the top of what we're currently seeing, this range. So if I extend that out, which is kind of what you're meant to do, you choose the ones you're interested in, then you kind of extend them out with a ray or whatever, if it works. God damn. Trying. Ah! Right, I'm going to draw a ray. Wow. Where's that suddenly come in? I drew my ray and now it's doing that. Honestly. Oh, okay, yeah. I realise why now. It's because I had the drawing switched off. So, silly me. Oops. Yeah, go with that one. It was that. Okay, in fact, I'd already kind of drawn that in. So that's nice. Don't have to do that. So anyway, the source of that 50% line there, I think was, sorry, of that dashed line there, I'm pretty sure was that. Oh no, okay, that was actually from something else. Okay, yeah, it's just from those tops back there, and then the top of this kind of green range that are drawn in was kind of from that 50% line, but also from these other tops. So it's various TA type things. So shorter term then, because I guess we've already looked at the longer term outlook, haven't we, and kind of probably I don't know, quite controversially just redefined what a bear and a bull market is. So here then, so just kind of on the daily. So say if we're just looking at it for this week, what's price going to do this week? That doesn't look like a very bullish sort of pattern, does it at all?
I'm just thinking we must be getting into that sort of shorting territory right now, surely.
Yeah, I think so, because it's just you'd want kind of a bounce. I guess, well, yeah, double bottom. So you want that, then you'd want to mark out a low. I mean, so either there or slightly higher. You'd want that, wouldn't you? And then whatever you want to draw in between, between the cheeks, then that would just doink. And then it's like, I mean, it could be that. Is that just a very dubious kind of double bottom? Or is it just not? It's not, because it hasn't closed down there, is it?
It's not particularly good, is it?
No. But as unconvincing a double bottom as you get, really. Mainly because, I don't know, I mean, that's the dump that we saw overnight, although it seemed very sort of dramatic and kind of like, oh, where's that come from? That's come out of nowhere. Hasn't really come out of nowhere. I don't think it's especially news driven. I mean, it probably was, but it's well within the sort of just the price dynamics, the chart dynamics on there. So, because what we're kind of seeing was that there was that level. I wonder if it's clear on the 4 hour. A bit less clear, if anything. Yeah, I don't know. There's a definite kind of support level just there. I don't really want to draw that. Should I draw in a ray if it lets me? There. So the price kind of bottomed down, or touched down really, wicks down, hit that line, which is 65.8, doing like twice, two 4 hourly periods in a row, came down again, just closed and reopened on that line again, touched down on it there. It's kind of similar along here. So with that dump, that was probably going to happen anyway, but I wonder if it was just a bit more than it should have been. just given the news stuff. So it's a bit more kind of exaggerated as a result. Like maybe it was only probably going to come down to this level, or even close slightly above it, and then maybe at that point we would have seen more of a, it's like again that's just there, that, and then kind of doing what it's doing now, upwards. That might have been a bit of a show of at least slight strength in the market. Maybe it could have kind of headed up from there. As it is, that's a definite weakness, isn't it? It's broken down. Kind of could just kind of see it. Maybe down to the we've got retracement level we got there. I suppose it is. No, it's not. Sorry, it's just the bottom of that range I drew in. So lovely super up though. That show just on Quadzilla. Absolutely caught that bottom.
So
it's amazing.
What time frame are you on there?
That's a 4 hour.
Okay.
And so that was Friday at 8 a.m. UK time.
Oh yeah.
Rather nice. Amazing, in fact. It's just good old Quadzilla just catches these things. So
how did we not talk about that?
Don't know. We should have.
Oh.
Looking at it now.
Oh no, it's Friday the 6th.
Oh, that's probably why. We probably did, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say that the good one from recently was the was the 1 hour.
Oh, it's actually, yeah.
The 1 hour was all the green stuff there.
As in, like over here.
Well, what happened last night? Yeah, I mean it's a little bit late, I must admit, but
I think it's probably because of the severity of that plunge. I think the stochastics were still catching up at that point. So yeah,
they were. I mean, it looks better on the 30-minute, but obviously, you get quite a lot of those anyway.
Yeah.
But it did give
fair. Yeah.
It did give fairly good confidence that it probably would go back up for a bit.
Yeah.
Which it has done.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. I think that might be pretty much all of the Bitcoin TA that I was really kind of planning to go through at the moment. Unless,
okay.
I guess we were talking. You mentioned about the 1 minute, because we have a bit of fun looking at the 1 minute. If I just switch over to the less scribbled on chart, in fact, delete those scribbles, and let's go to the 1 minute.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously there are those levels looming down there at like 65.7 and 65.6, but I don't know. I'm just not quite sure what it's going to do. Actually, I think it seems a bit in the middle of nowhere at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit neither up nor down, as it were. It's rather nice. I mean, it really does kind of show Quadzilla in a nice light, actually, which is not difficult to do anyway. But because like that bearish retracement level there, obviously, because with these patterns, it's basically saying, like with these red ones, saying the price would go like down step 1, and then at some point it'll come up, and that's step 2, and then it'll drop down again. And obviously that's exactly what happened here. It kind of came up, wicked above the line, and dropped down. It didn't drop down very far. So because normally the thing would be to take a short there, but I think maybe because there was also this retracement level already drawing there, maybe that, so you'd kind of get a sense that there's not going to be much price movement just there. But in any case, it's going to it broke above, but still showing weakness. It's, kind of came down again. So yeah, it could well come down further. This one is in its step 3, which means it's kind of expecting the price. Well, once it's finished doing its thing, it'll come down and drop lower. And looking at that, potentially might get down as far as that, like 65, maybe down to this sort of level. Kind of depends. So yeah, there's that. I think if there are too many retracement channels drawing on this, sometimes just switch them off. If I can find the thing, let's do that for now. Because they're often useful for just kind of identifying kind of like the 50%, like the fair value zones, really between the upper and the lower retracement levels. So you can kind of mark them out or extend those levels with a ray or whatever, and then just kind of switch them off, so they're not just drawing over everything. Where's it go? There, research channels. So, okay. Actually, Ozzy was saying, yeah, interesting to see what Quadzilla thinks of the 3-monthly Bitcoin chart, as we're in a bullish uptrend channel. Should I have a look? then I'm probably done, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm on the Bitunix thing. Let's go over to this one. Oh, of course, yeah. Actually, yeah, of course that makes sense. So, we're not going to see much in the way of price action on this one. Let's go. I guess that goes all the way back to 2010. It is an uptrend, isn't it? And it's, I mean, thing here is that with the amount of price data for all time on Bitcoin, on the 3-month, it doesn't yet have all of the stochastics. They haven't had time to kick in yet. So the longer time frame ones just need some more price history, basically. But I guess if we maybe drop that down to the monthly, gives us a bit more to work with. It kind of called out that things are starting to look very toppy there, which is true. We obviously had the monthly wake up, but kind of in September of just last year, it was warning, Quadzilla was warning that this might not go much further, that kind of ascension, and it's right as well. So I think lots of other people were just still very kind of frothy-mouthed bullish and things. I mean, talk about influencers and stuff, but the frothy-mouthed influencers just we kind of talk about the price still. Yeah, it's going to hit 200k, blah blah blah, and so on. And my price prediction is it's going to wherever, some high number. And but Quadzilla was kind of being a bit more sensible, saying, probably not. It's actually looking remarkably toppy. If not here, then pretty soon. And even obviously the stochastics were kind of starting to turn down at that point. So just had we all paid closer attention to that, then yeah, we basically would have seen that as a bit of a bonus just before the capitulation. So meanwhile, that's kind of saying 27. Bit scary. See how that one pans out, I guess. Okay, any thoughts?
Sorry. Any thoughts? Yeah, it's all doom. It's gonna. It's got to go lower, isn't it?
It's going to go lower for definite. I think it's just. I mean, obviously how far, but yeah. So I don't know if there might be some people watching now who didn't catch what I was saying near the start of the TA about the more kind of just macro. I mean, yeah, we're looking at the monthly, so that's fairly macro, but the macro outlook. I think it's on the weekly, isn't it? We're looking at. So I'll probably just wrap up by just quickly revisiting this, and was it the weekly we're looking at? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think it was on this other chart, and I just deleted all the drawings. So maybe I will. So we've been kind of looking at the price maybe coming down to. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted that. I wonder if I can just bring it back. Come on, you, come on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, good. So, is that still? Oh no. Oh, the undo brought me back to the index. What a swine thing. I want to undo on here, on this chart. It won't let me, will it? Oh, damn. Okay, so all right, I'll draw it back in then. So we had. Yeah, because before that bit, sorry, it's measuring out. So we had like 30% down to there. That initial pullback, kind of going from the opens and the closes, not the wicks. So that initial impulsive move down from the top was a 30% drawdown. Then there was a, I think I measured it at 7% earlier. I've just done that wrong. Say about there. There was a probably about 7.5 to 8% recovery for that bit, and then here there's so far been another 30% drop. So say if from there was now another 7 or 8% recovery. Done it again. I've got a heavy finger on the right mouse click button. So to that. So that would be. I'm trying to see that number. It's behind the thing. Oh, I think it was actually telling me the number. 600. I think it was 70k. What I originally drew it as. So say if then from 70k, there was then another 30% drop. That would take us to 48, and I think that I kind of rounded it, maybe a bit carelessly, to 50k. In which case, if we were seeing that, where did it go? 50, 50, 50, 50. Because that, yeah, it was this level here, where it got liquidity there. Maybe to there-ish. And there was also to there. I think it was that I drawn, because that is about. Okay, yeah, maybe it's slightly above like that, when it's just kind of the bottom of that wick to down, and then this encompassing that liquidity there. Maybe that. Who knows? But in fact, that could all be one big range. But to get a bit of specificity in there, it could be that we see some kind of, as I was saying, 7% recovery. I'll scribble this one in. That sort of thing. Then a drop to there. Maybe a drop to there. Because that might take a while. If that took us out into October-ish, September, October, then God's sake, it would kind of allow us. I mean, that it would kind of potentially give the price bottom for the bear market, and then kind of it would do its working its way up thing later on. So that's I think that's plausible. if we're looking at a 50k price bottom for the bear market, then and that was that. So yeah, to answer, I kind of agree. I think we're going down from here, but there might be some up first. We hope. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Lovely stuff. All right. Thank you very much for that. I did find that thing I was talking about.
Okay. Soda can heater.
There you go. Look how cool these are. Right, so you got like beer cans in there, right? You basically make holes in the bottom and then sort of glue them together in like columns like that. And then so basically like the paint them black as well. So the sun shines on there, they heat up. Then you just have like a little hang on, you have a where's it gone? There you go. You have like a little computer fan type thing that sort of just blows air through it. Then you use a bit of like ducting stuff. And so for something like heating like a garden office or something like that, it's brilliant. You see, because it's free energy, you know. But I think it works really well where you got a lot of sunshine but still got cold temperatures. So I think if you live in the Alps, there you go. I'd make yourself one of those. Anyway,
I guess some. So anywhere cold where there are blue skies.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, apparently they work okay with like, you know, on a reasonably sunny day, even if it's like a bit overcast, you know, sort of. You know, as long as you've got a difference between temperature of like in there and then the outside, then it will actually produce sort of like warm air, you know.
So does it help if you insulate it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because obviously if you can can't move it now. If you can move, if the air's kind of trapped in there and becoming warm, then it works really well.
So I mean, it's behaving like a greenhouse, isn't it? From look.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
trapping the heat.
Anyway, that's what I was going to make, and I never got around to it, and then I moved. So that was the end of that, really. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's that. So what was I going to say? So thank you very much to Maff for your wisdom. Quadzilla is available here at sobercrypto.org/QZ. And you can join the Discord as well for free, which is savewithcrypto.org/Discord. There you go. When you join, you won't have full permission, but all you have to do is DM either me or Maff, and we'll give you an appropriate role so you can interact once you're in there. It's just to keep out spammers and other nasty people. So so there you go. Brilliant. Okay. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. I definitely won't be here at midday, so we'll see what we can do. I'm thinking now maybe I might do a little bit, because I get back out of my little thing I do. I get back at about New York Open, so I was thinking I might just do like a very, very short stream just at New York Open, say like in the UK from like sort of say 2:20 to about sort of like, you know, 3 o'clock sort of thing. I might do that. I'm not sure. It depends what else is happening in my life tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be back Wednesday, same time as this, and also Thursday and Friday. And
could I just say very, very quickly, actually, that just a very quick thank you to all the people currently watching on X on the Mafftopia account. Really appreciate you doing that, and please follow on X. That'd be awesome. While you're there, maybe retweet some of the posts, you know, if you like them. If you don't, then probably don't. But yeah, much appreciated, and hope to see you again on the next one, which will probably be Wednesday, won't it? As you were saying.
I think so. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for all your comments and all that. Do click like on the way out, and make sure you are subscribed. And above all, tell your friends. Bye. Hang on. Hang on. That